And what did I tell you? It's just like that. We're back. I told you it wouldn't be a long wait, and it's not. Our coverage of the finals of the Halo 5 Pro Series. Here it is. It's the penultimate weekend before we hit the finals next weekend on Saturday. So all these teams playing for money. It's all bragging rights. It's all on the line. We have Power versus Cartel. Power are the only team to win a tournament outside of Cartel. The rest of them have all been for Cartel, but for one. And that was when we had Precision Night filling in for Legend. But now Cartel are at full might. They've been at full might for the last couple of weekends. Last weekend, they went 15 maps, 0 losses. They didn't drop a single game, Harry. What way is this going to go? Do Power have the answers?
We're about to see. We're about to find out the question, the answer to that question, I should say. If you're new to the stream and you haven't seen previous Halo 5 Pro Series tournaments, Cartel are the big dogs of Europe right now. They've won every single tournament apart from one, like you just said. And you're about to see why. They are a scary, scary lineup made up of French individual gods that somehow come together as a cohesive unit and blend some teamwork, power-up control, everything, all sugar spice, everything that's nice in there as well. And Power... for the first time, I've said previously, on paper, I always look at Power as the team that needs to be defeated, and they're almost innocent until proven guilty. I see them as the underdogs in this series. That's how good Cartel have been online in the Halo 5 Pro Series so far. They are the favorites to take it right here. They're the favorites to take the season finals next week. And I am very excited, Richie, to kick this one off with Coliseum Capture the Flag.
Yeah, everybody loves an underdog, and we'll jump on board with Jimbo right off the rip. He's going to head over towards the rocket side. He has got a teammate in tow this time, so we're sending 2 men over towards the rocket side to get that resource as Legend falls from Jimbo's pistol shots, and that's 2 dead for Cartel. It looks as though they might win the sniper rifle battle, but they will lose the rocket side.
No, they haven't won the sniper rifle battle just yet, and it's interesting to see them actually lose out on the rockets and not fully secure the sniper just yet, considering they sent 3 players over towards the sniper side, and 2 of those players grenaded the rocket side. So Power here did a good job of securing the rockets early on with Jimbo. He was taken out. Snipe Drone now has some defending to do as Seeker goes down. Legend has the sniper, and he was a player. I believe he was away, right? Wasn't he away in the week that Power came back and won 5 or 3-2, I should say, in a game 5? So Legend is a player that I look as a key player on this Cartel roster, and a player that needs to get going early on, because right now we're seeing Power actually with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, just while all that madness was going down, Power managed to get the enemy flag back to their base, put it in. That's 1-0, as easy as you like. They won that rocket engagement, and they wasted no time sending men towards that base, pulled the flag out, and while Cartel are still chasing their tails, they're up 1-0, and their Power just an explosive start right off the bat, Wonderboy.
You can see Jimbo there trying to be the linchpin, the pivot point on that elbow side that has become almost synonymous with capture the flag. And I remember the early days of Halo 5, the meta was control sniper tower, run it sniper tower, make them go through the trench and the low side of the map. And then towards the end, the last year or so of Halo 5, people started to realize, hey, you can run it snipe side, sure, but you can run it the rocket side as well. And we're seeing that from Legend right here off screen as well. He's gotten the power flag all the way across the map, and Kimbo here has to try and stop the flag. He scoops the flag up, and all of a sudden it's tied up 1-1. The good thing here for Kimbo is that he's still alive for now, taken down by Seeker. I was going to say the other good thing is that rockets are up above him as well, but he loses position on the map by going down, and all of a sudden Legend and Shady now have a chance maybe to sneak the rockets away. But a beautiful backsmack there from Mose, I believe, on the flank. In fact, no, it was Snipe Drone. Excuse me. He's able to stop that push onto the rockets and maybe fashion a flag run here for Power, but that stopped immediately.
Love that heads-up play while that flag was going in from Legend, recognizing that he was down to no shields and he had all the time in the world to wait for his shields to come back. Not in any hurry. Great composure showed by him. Gets his shields back, thrust slides the flag in, ties the game up 1-1. But now Mo is trying to get that flag out again, but cannot do so. He had Snipe Drone in support, but Snipe Drone, unfortunately, watching a different angle, now has 2 members of Cartel to deal with. He's unable to do so. Seeker gets his shields back. No, he doesn't, as Kimbo's grenade comes in. It's madness right now.
I like the idea from Mo's there to pull that flag and keep things scrappy on the side of the map away from the sniper rifle. It makes sense, you know SLG is going to hit shots, and we've seen Shady in weeks previous as well with the sniper peel some heads. Legend has finally scooped that one up, but it's come up 20 seconds after it was on the map, all because Mo's pulled that flag. And I believe off screen, Power are actually going to score their second flag. So they go onto map point. And Legend has died once more with the sniper without converting it into a kill, I believe. So a slow start of the series from Legend. And it's not what you want to see if you're a Cartel fan. Power are looking good so far here in game number 1.
Very, very rare I question a play from Legend. He's been so good recently in these cups, but I have to question. He had the sniper rifle, he was up on top catwalk, and he had eyes on that corner where the sniper rifle was, but decided instead to look down low and chase a kill that had no matter or no reason to be killed. It didn't need to be taken down. The flag has been alley-oop over towards, scoop it in, send it home. It's 3-1 for Power. That's a lovely bit of stuff from them.
Sign them up for the Halo Olympics. The 400-meter relay. Unbelievable from Jimbo running the flags. Thrust slides out the window, throws it to his own window to Mose, I believe, who is able to get it back to 2, not 1, but 2 players waiting in his own base. That is absolutely unbelievable. Jimbo turning an objective play where he's down maybe 1 versus 3 in the Cartel base into a flag capture that wins the game. That was absolutely beautiful, and that's the type of talent that Jimbo can bring to a roster. Yeah, you saw there on the stats, 7 and 10, a negative spread from him. He doesn't need to do the slaying on a roster where you have Mose, Snipe Drone, and Kimbo on your flank. You just need to make plays like that happen, and great coordination and communication from Power to sneak away game 1 from really under the noses of Cartel right there. Absolutely wonderful.
That's a great job. Like you said, they kept the game scrappy, and we've seen many plays like that in the early stages of Coliseum Flag, where we used to see people jump up into that little spoiler area out the front base, and they would thrust slide forward and they'd ground pound onto the opposite side onto their base to run the flag home. And then we've seen that other flag cap technique where you thrust slide just like Jimbo did, and it's almost it's a Hail Mary play at times, Wonderboy, because if it doesn't work, you can pay a serious price. But such was the confidence of Jimbo. He knew he was down. It was, like I say, it was a Hail Mary play. Throw it over there, see what happens, and just like that, they're 1-0 up in the series.
It's some of the interplay that we've seen between Jimbo and Mose back on the old Fab E rosters, on Team Infused as well. And I mean, if Jimbo wants to make a case for him, maybe getting on this team in front of Respectful, there's a great way to do it there, winning game 1. But now we're on to game 2, Regret Slayer. Again, first time for me casting this game type in about, well, maybe a year and a half, and from what I remember, you're down the bottom of the map for the early stages, and then it's a scramble to get top control early on. Jimbo is the last alive here for Power. He was able to grab the overshield though and maybe trade off a kill, but that overshield has been melted. Shady takes him down, and now it's all about getting top control and trying to find a base where the opposition spawn, prevent them from getting out, and then just slaughter them one by one.
Yeah, I have to say, if Power can take this game here, that'll really start asking questions of this Cartel roster, who really haven't been put under any kind of pressure or scrutiny over the last couple of weeks. But now Power, they're out to play, they're out to fight, and if they can take this game on Regret, and all of a sudden Cartel are down 2 in the series and Power only would need 1, and that would be impressive, and that would be something that nobody would have predicted coming into the start of this series. But 6 kills to 8 in favour of Power at the moment, and they've started off the game, even though they lost the early engagements and Jimbo was fighting the world with that overshield, they brought it back now, and they have some more semblance of control. A Snipe Drone just gets taken down, but Mose answers back on Legend importantly across the map.
Yeah, we're going to see what Cartel are made of here, because that's the first spawn trap in favour of Power, and they still haven't fully pushed out into the middle of the map here. You can see Kimbo on a flank, he's taken down. Good couple of kills there from Cartel, and if they can get the third on Jimbo, which they do, that's going to be map control back in their favour, and maybe they can start to find the spawn off screen. Snipe Drones just hit a perfect 5 onto SLG, and Seeker is going to try and maybe avenge his teammate here, as he is still on the prowl, only down by, well, I was about to say 1, but now it's 3. As a double comes in for Power, and as soon as you get 2 or 3 down here, you're immediately looking to try and find the spawn here for Power, which is what Jimbo is doing. in top middle, but you need to watch out. Big scramble here for bottom middle control as power-ups are about to spawn. And by power-ups, I mean the singular. Power-up, overshield, bottom middle, about to pop any minute. And Kimbo looks like the most likely to grab it here for power. We're going to see where it goes.
Not all started. Not all snipe drone getting that kill, that 5-shot, relieving the pressure onto his teammates, stop them getting snowball. But overshield, triple kill for Legend now. He's going to be screaming, where's the overkill? But of course he will be screaming that in French, and I'm not fluent, so we'll need to try and figure that out. But gets the back onto Moses. A one-man wrecking crew right now is Legend. He's really putting that overshield to work, is Legend. Can someone stop him? He's a juggernaut right now.
Panic stations here for power. That fresh 4-down wipe means they are gonna, well, all spawn in the same place, but I think Cartel have made a mistake here and pushing too early, or someone's looking at a sightline wrong because it's a split spawn for power. That means that the blue team are now going to be able to fight the French Cartel squad from behind, and well, the 3-point lead is cut down to just one. Real big mistake. Not sure who it was there from Cartel. Now it's them that are trapped in a base. Kimbo here is trying to push in. SLG will put him onto the death screen, but a good trade comes in. 25 kills now for Cartel to win this game, and Seeker is going to try and help Legend out, but Legend doesn't need any help whatsoever. Snipe drone goes down, and what could have been for Cartel, they're up by 4 now, so a bit more comfortable, but they could have had an easy spawn trap here on Regret if they just hadn't blocked one of those spawns.
Yep, just over the halfway point, and this game is neck and neck. It could really go either way, and for a moment it looked as though we had a Skywalker in the game, panicking Skywalker, as panic station and panic button was pressed for Power and Cartel, almost within the blink of an eye of each other. It was like a pendulum swinging from side to side, panic stations. But now there seems to be somewhat of semblance of control from both sides. They're both jostled for position. Overshield will be up in the next 30 seconds or so as well, so we'll have that to contend with. And please keep it out of the hands of Legend if you want to stand any chance of winning this game, Power, because last time he got control of that and he took control of the game.
That could be GG. 2 kills go in favor of Cartel. They trapped the 2 remaining players from Power in the base. Legend though gets taken down as the overshield comes up right as I call GG. And no overshield this time around. Power, they're hanging on by a thread, but the most important thing is, Richie, they're hanging in there.
The one thing Power have not got control of is Cartel, just like that Dermot Kennedy song. I keep getting it in my head every single time we cast over these players. They're down by 5 kills at the moment, and Regret is one of those maps where you can get a little bit snowball, you get some control. Mose needs help if he can get it from Shady, but he doesn't get it, unfortunately. Shady gets a double kill, and what sort of significance will that have on the remainder of this game?
Oh, you gotta make that play happen if you're, I can't remember who it was, Kimbo, Mose, whoever it is. You gotta take down Shady before he takes down 2, because that double means the rest of Power, who are looking to spawn trap Cartel across the map, have to come back and take him down, otherwise they're going to be shot in the back. So such a big play from Shady to get that double. Seeking out on the Prowly. No Snipe Drone is around here somewhere, and Snipe Drone's idea of a flank is completely cut short. He now has to get up top, and Seeker, well, sticks the dead body for good measure. I don't think that will count towards the final kills, but it looks good on stream. Seeking out against Jimbo, and as we say all of this, Richie, it's about to be a 9-point lead, making it an 8-point lead now for Cartel. They only need 3 kills to win the game, and a beautiful execution of Regret Slayer is going to tie up this series.
Yeah, it all seemed to stem from that madness from Legend. He took the game by the scruff of its neck, as he does so often. And Shady got that massive double kill as well. And the aftermath of that is that they were able to maintain that lead up by 5 kills. Now they only need 1. Snipe Drone's top middle. He has no effect on that last kill. And the game now and the series tied up 1-1. And what a series we have in our hands now, Harry.
What a series indeed. Again, a great execution of Regret Slayer. Wasn't flawless. I will say they could have ended the game so much earlier if they just hadn't blocked some of those red spawns. I'm not sure if the red spawns were being blocked or if they pushed them too early, or whoever it was just didn't sit and block the blue spawns. But either way, we move into a game 3. We'll take a look at some of the stats, and no real individual standout performer from Cartel. That's what's so scary, is that they are all so on the same page. But you have to say, from Power, they just lacked a little bit of execution at times on the overshield fights, and maybe that's what cost them there in game two too.
Yeah, it seemed as though just a couple of key engagements for both teams, and Legend and Co took full advantage of it, because when the chips were down for Power, they just were not able to claw back that deficit. They were down by a couple of kills after, and when Legend really took the game, like I said, he put the foot down. Power just really didn't have an answer for it, and as though they kept themselves within touching distance throughout the mid game, it was the latter stages that Cartel really came to life and took full control of any advantages they had. And although there was a wobble or two, they didn't hold the spawns as Wonderboy touches upon. It didn't matter as nearly as much as that initial overshield grab from Legend. And now we're heading towards Strongholds. Eden, the series is tied 1-1. It's gonna be a bloody madness.
It really is indeed. We're into a game 3, and we're guaranteed at least a game 4. Strongholds Eden. The thought that comes into my mind when thinking about this game type is Pulse Gaming or Supremacy. Can't remember who they were. Either way, it was a French lineup at Worlds 2017, taking it away from Optic Gaming, the reigning world champions at that time. Just before they made it two-time world champions, they were able to win 98-100 on this game type in a game 1, and all of a sudden everyone was thinking, oh, okay, this French lineup is for real. So if I am Power here, I am very, very worried about this game type. SLG was the only player on this Cartel roster that was on the team at the time that took the game away from Optic Gaming, but it goes to show that he certainly knows how to play the game type, so hopefully he can direct his comrades here as well, and they can put that knowledge into good use here against Power.
Yep, hopefully he can share that knowledge with his compatriots and make this Strongholds game a lot easier for them as they get a couple of kills. Legend gets a grenade kill onto Jimbo. Now Snipe Drone's faced with 2 French people, and Mose has the help for Snipe Drone. Kimbo also gets a kill onto Seeka, and that could be significant now as Power look to take some sort of control.
Yeah, nice double there from SLG, using the grenades to good use. Snipe Drone's trying to capture the 3rd and final stronghold on the map, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the scoring actually go into the favor of Cartel, as I say that they do so, and take down Snipe Drone. So yes, it was important for Snipe Drone to grab Red Nest, although it's about to be, well, it's going to be challenged here by Legend, but if he doesn't do that, then it's an easy capture here for Cartel, and all of a sudden you're looking at the losing end of a triple cap, and Legend is taken down, but not before he takes the Red Nest away. It's very frantic here on Eden, very scrappy. You have Overshield bottom, I suppose you can say bottom middle. It's kind of under the catwalk. You have the rockets outside as well, so if you're looking to play for slays, maybe you play over that side of the map, the turbine side. Total control for Power right as the power-ups are coming up, and the camouflage was taken by Jimbo last time around here, Richie, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him grab that for a second time as Power currently in control.
Much like the Empire game against Mocket, Power just doing the right plays at the right time. It looks as though they've corrected that problem they had of not getting the power-ups, and they're not making that a habit this time around on Strongholds. Eden, unlike the game on Empire against Mocket, they're starting to get those power weapons, get those power-ups as well, and they were able to win the game against Mocket despite not having any of those at their disposal. This time, if they're able to get the power-ups, as though it looks as though Kimbo has the camouflage, and he's putting down some damage and really making this a difficult transition for Cartel. Drops down, opts to stay alive, gets a 5 onto SLG for good measure as well. Will look to re-engage that fight and stop that hill getting transformed over towards Cartel. Gets a lovely kill onto Shady as well, and it will now dip out again. His movement is on point right now, Wonderboy.
It is good decision making as well, knowing he had a teammate there. No point challenging that and potentially losing the camouflage. He can now use the numbers to push the pace here and push this triple cap. I will say it's going to be so difficult for Cartel to come back in this game, purely because it's a late camouflage that they have absolutely no idea the timing of. Kimbo grabbed this camo so late, it's now completely gone, but it was around the 30 mark, so Cartel had no eyes on him when he grabbed it. They are going to have no idea when the camouflage comes up, which allows Power to say, hey, it's a 30-second delayed camouflage. Let's all fight over the rockets. Let's all fight over the overshield. Then after that, let's all go over to the camouflage. We have the time to do so. While I'm talking and theory crafting about that, Richie, 3 captures in the favor of Cartel and a big stand there from SLG, taking down Moze, keeping the red nest in their favor, but across the map, Power have gone into a powerful position here, taking 2 of the strongholds away from Cartel.
Yeah, we may see a scenario now if Power get control towards the inside and the camouflage is popping up. There could be a 10-15 second window of just dead air for Cartel as they wait for a camouflage that they have no idea is coming up, and Power of course will be able to use that to their advantage and do some work elsewhere on the map, and maybe having a man advantage because we have a player waiting for that camouflage. But camouflage will be up again soon. Snipe Drone has the rocket launcher, he's heading towards right side, so he will look to maybe convert that nest side, putting a presence down on the map as 2 of his teammates follow. We'll look to see him try and stay alive here, but that camouflage is about to pop, or should be about to pop. Here we go, Jimbo has it, he had the correct time on it, and that's what we look to see.
Yeah, as expected, Power grabbing the camouflage. It was a great fight though from Cartel, almost just using some game sense to put pressure onto Jimbo. He was able to get a kill and get away with the camouflage, but they were able to keep tabs on him, and that's important to do here on Eden. You can't let a camouflage player just run right around the map. Snipe Drone makes a bit of a hash of that kill on Seeker, but SLG will trade him off after doing so. And Cartel with these 2 strongholds now, they can just wait for the spawners from Power to try and push and just prevent them taking the blue bend, and they need to just rely on stopping them. They've trapped them in blue here. They need to rely on covering these exits, and there's a good push here from Legend to take down 2. Could be 3 here as well. SLG and Legend playing so well together. While all that was happening, Seeker captured red nest, which means now Power are on the back foot. They need to find the spawns once again here for Cartel, trap them into red. It's rinse and repeat from here on out until Power are able to break the setup.
Yeah, Power need to try and all be on the same page here, fight for the same things, and have a clear picture of what they want to do. They can have no disjointedness, no tentativeness, because all the while they're just hemorrhaging points, and now Power will lose the lead as Cartel take the lead for the first time in the game. And although we said Power had it all, or sorry, Cartel had it all to do, they have now done the unquestionable, the unthinkable. They brought the game back, triple cap in effect, but now it looks as though Power have taken 1 strong point off them now, and now they just ever so slowly are starting to score. But Legend gets that overshield, he had the exact timing on it, and it looks as though Jimbo's trying to get a ninja kill onto him, but he can't. But did he get enough overshield off him? No, he didn't. There's still plenty of life left in it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, nice play from Legend to grab the overshield. Camouflage should be any second, and it's Cartel who actually have possession of the tower to put them in the best position to grab it. Off-screen, Shady actually has the camouflage, and well, a triple cap in possession here for Cartel to break out of the previous one. Power elected to go over towards Turbine from red all the way round to blue bend, and almost did like a complete circuit of the map. That's not going to be an option for them here, I don't think. They spawn at blue, they grab blue, much more kind of methodical from them this time around, certainly more straightforward. But time's running out now. 81 points to 64. Cartel, I said before how good French players play Eden Strongholds, and Optic Gaming found that out the hard way at Worlds 2017, and I think Power are finding out the exact same thing here, although it could be a triple cap if Cartel don't defend Catwalk.
I was about to give them props. I really enjoyed the way they were playing that initial game. When they had the 2 strongholds, they opted to just hold what they have and not push that base and just leave that blue bend as bait. And really, Power doing a fantastic job of getting the kills when it mattered most. And now they have a triple cap of their own. They're scoring points, but Cartel slowly go towards this blue bend now. But Kimbo's there to fight this fight. He needs help from his teammates, which he gets from Moze. Moze gets a double kill onto Shady. The damage was done by Kimbo, taking them players down to no shields. And now he has some more fighting to do as well. Overshield not for another 30 seconds or so as well, so you don't have to deal with that. They're going to take the lead now as well, and Cartel just not able to stop or get a hold of this game at the moment.
They have 1 push left. 3 dead momentarily for Cartel. Seeker and Legend still not on the map. They finally spawn up. They got to go now. Shady has to go right now, otherwise this game's over. I think he's surrendered. He's completely done and dusted. Unbelievable comeback from Power. It looked like Cartel had the entire run of the map.
Yep.
And somehow the decision making from Power pay off, and they win Eden Strongholds from what was essentially staring defeat in the face. Wonderful from them. and they take the series advantage 2-1.
We're seeing a lot of this recently where games are getting flipped in their heads, and it seems to happen in strongholds quite a lot. That has the ability to switch at a moment's notice. And because Power, like I said, I thought Cartel were doing all the right things. They had the cards in their hand. They were playing the hand almost perfectly, it seemed, but someone had to have died to set off that domino effect. And because of that, although they were baiting that blue bend, Power got the kills when it mattered most, and they were able to transition over and get the other strongholds as Cartel were coming off the rip, and they didn't have any answers for those questions.
They didn't. I think SLG personally will be quite disappointed to have lost that game type. I remember Supremacy, Pulse Gaming throughout the EU Pro League. Whenever you saw an Eden Strongholds appear in a series layout during a Pro Series or a Pro League match, you could almost bet your entire house that Supremacy were going to take that game in the series, and I'm pretty sure they had an absurd win rate in Pro League matches. So SLG will probably take that one a little bit personally. Now it's time for them to turn this around. They are facing championship point at this point from Power. They just need to win one more game, and they will be the Pro Series Open Cup champions for today, going into the series or the season finals next week. We saw last time these two teams played this game type. I believe it was Precisionite instead of Legend. In fact, no, I thought it was Echelon. Ignore me, Richie. I just had a point queued up in my head, and it's a different map. So forget what I said.
I have made a pretty decent habit of ignoring Wonderboy through the years, so I'll do it again at his request. But SLG, we're looking to answer back now after losing what can only be described as his favourite game type, because he was so good in it that there's no way it wasn't his favourite game type of map, which was Strongholds on Eden. But Mose has got the overshield and he's coming in, he's hunting. But no, I like that play. Opts to take the ball instead and take the guaranteed points.
Interesting. It's kind of a delicate situation here for Cartel, because they need to not get into their own heads in the fact that yes, Power have started this game out strongly. Shady can't even stay on the map. You see that in the kill feed. He's just gone skinny dipping, it seems like. But you need to just remember that you're still in a contest here. You're still in this series. Yes, Power have started 26-0 and climbing, but you can still make inroads on the map, and it's very easy to just kind of roll over and say, you know what, you guys win this time around. But that's a good push from them. 3 down for Power, and that's going to allow ball time going in to Cartel's favor here as well. A much better push from them compared to the first one. Now we should see a good chunk of points, I should say, as I put my teeth back in, going in their favor here as well.
I've gotten onto maintenance and asked them to put up the guardrails and the pen walls up to maybe prohibit and limit the amount of players that do fall off the map. I do apologize, I didn't have them up at the start of the game, so Shady fell victim to that. So now we have got the guardrails up, so hopefully we will see less people falling off the map. But all the while SLG scoring points, ball in his hand. We've seen this last week. He was not afraid to drop the slays rather, and pick up the ball and maintain and prioritize the ball time over getting kills. And it was something that we weren't used to seeing from SLG. He was a main slayer role on a team like the French roster of Pulse, like you said, and Supremacy, but now he's not afraid to fill in the roles and play that. Whatever the team needs, he's willing to come up with the goods.
Big fight here into bottom middle is unfortunately not going to go Shady's way. Yes, he gets the trade, but Kimbo gets the prize that was the entire reason for that bottom middle fight, and that's the overshield. It allows you to do stuff like this, push out into the top of the middle of the map, really push the pace. He's still, well, I was about to say full shields before the team nade comes in, but he is just an explosive magnet right here, Kimbo. Doesn't matter though. He'll take down Shady, and Power now have possession of the ball. Moses taken down by Legend. That's going to prevent them scoring. They need to find Kimbo here though. Seeker just cannot contend with that. Legend, this should be a simple kill, but Kimbo is making it as difficult as possible and somehow is staying alive. That's allowing ball time to come in his team's favor. The ball to be played, and Cartel, what should have been a very routine kill on Kimbo, suddenly becomes an entire flip of the map.
Kimbo loves that addict, really making himself a difficult kill and turning more attentions of Cartel onto him instead of elsewhere. And because of that, like Wonderboy touched upon, they were able to score a few more points. And At the moment, 43-30, and this game's still in the balance and could go either way. And Power on match point at the moment, and Overshield not for another 40 seconds or so. So we should see some ball time transition towards Power if they can make the most of this. SLG though gets a kill on Jimbo in the feed, but Snipe Drone and Kimbo answer back in anger as well. So that's 2 kills in their favour as grenades go across the map. Mose decides to take the ball. Great play from him. He'll score some points.
Yeah, getting your shields here is so important for Mose. You know the enemy team are going to be looking for you. You almost use yourself as a distraction. Can he clean up Seeker? Doesn't need to. Snipe Drone's there. And now it's up to SLG to maybe push the pace here. And if I'm Cartel, looking at the time left, I mean, Overshield coming up fairly soon. You don't need to push in there if you're SLG. You just keep them pinned back and stop them pushing bottom middle. These 2 kills going Power's way means they can maybe think about advancing to bottom middle, which you can see Kimbo's trying to do. But Legend gets 3 in a row, I believe. 4 down for Power. Overshield for Legend. And yes, they're down by over double the opponent's points, but that made no sense. Ignore me. 30 points they're down, but the Overshield and the ball in favor of Cartel. That's the important thing.
The theme is to just ignore Wonderboy 70% of the time. When he says things, just take it with a pinch of salt. He's right 60% of the time, every time. But at the moment, Power have gotten the scoring, and it looks as though Kimbo was just not able to throw that ball off the map, and the pressure from Cartel was just a little bit too much as they now start to score points. And they got that Overshield, but they weren't able to turn it into any sort of scoring. But they're doing so now. They've got the setup, and Power need to start and make a push here, get the kills, which they do. First kill falls for Jimbo. Kimbo gets a kill onto SLG, and that setup was so easily broken there, Wonderboy.
Yeah, Legend trying to move the ball off of the map, obviously, to delay the scoring that inevitably now will come in from Power. But Cartel, they've done really well here to try and flank underneath, but Jimbo in such a good position to take down one of the players. SLG is able to scoop the ball up though. Did that ball roll off the map? It did indeed. And I think for Cartel, they'll be quite relieved that it did. Overshield up in around 30 or so seconds, so important to get slays on the board around this time in the match. And Shady needs to be careful here, just pushing in willy-nilly. He's not going to get the job done, but the beatdown will. Mose maybe should have done a little bit better there, but off-screen Power grabbing possession of the ball. If you're Cartel here, you focus on slays, you focus on the power-up instead of pushing in like SLG did just then. Now the rest of the Cartel members have to push in as well. Legend with 2 kills. Mose is just delivering the ball on a plate to Shady. And the next port of call for Cartel and Power both has to be bottom middle. Camouflage, excuse me, Overshield is coming up any moment. We'll see who comes out with the win there.
We are looking to get Mose a UPS uniform, as he was looking for Cartel to sign here, and initials here, but off the beaten track, Overshield has gone to Snipe Drone as Shady plays that ball. Expertly done from him, recognising that he was in a spot of bother and throwing the ball off the map. But now it looks as though Power have gotten the ball back, and they only need 50 seconds to win this series. They're of course on match point, 2-1 up in the series. Kimbo scoring points all the while, and there seems to be no sign of Cartel to take the ball off him.
Yeah, Seeker there caught cross map. Oh! What has happened there? Legend and SLG both going down. I'm confused. I heard a plasma grenade in the distance. I'll be honest, I don't know what's happened there, but that should essentially push Power up to around 10 seconds to go until they win the map. Because that is just going to allow Power so much time. You know, 2 versus 4 for a good 9 or so seconds while the players are coming up on respawn. It's all falling apart here for Cartel. Seeker top middle, no shields, only a matter of time before he goes down. SLG and the boys have got to make this a perfect push. Otherwise, Power are going to be our champions for this week.
I think they're going to run out of time. SLG taking a long ass time to get himself into position. He does have a flank though, but his teammate Seeker is taken down. But all the kills seem to be for the moment going in favor of Power. And we said before that this Cartel roster just didn't really have questions asked of them for the last couple of weeks, but now Power have gotten their act together and they're starting to play like we knew they could. Can Cartel answer back? But like Wonderboy says, they need perfect Halo.
It's not over till it's over, but the worrying thing is you got another thing to worry about. Overshield coming up very soon. Yes, the kills are going their way, but they need to make sure Mose doesn't get too much time on the ball here off screen. It's now 3 seconds needed to win. The ball is inside bottom middle, so all the action focused in this area right now. And, well, you better hope that your team grabs the overshield here. Otherwise, oh, Legends has actually completely cancelled the animation with the ball. That's huge. Can now push on with the overshield. Jimbo goes down. Mose takes down SLG, but Mose has no idea Legends here behind him. Seeker has grabbed the ball and has flown it over to a teammate. And there's still a lot of work to do here, Richie, but 3 down for Power and a setup for Cartel means more points go their way. This could be a very, very tense end of this game.
It's good from Cartel. Last time they had this setup, though, it was handled pretty easily as Kimbo got the first kill. Can he do it again? No, this time SLG gets the 5, but Mose gets a kill on SLG, and now Legend and Mose have answered back. It's 3 members to 2 in favor of Cartel for a moment, but the pressure comes through. Legend gets that kill on the snipe drone, and more points now ticking over in favor of Cartel.
They're rotating. They're rotating now. Richie. Yeah, they've seen SLG has spawned at the other base, and that's the call to rotate. So this ball is going to be held on that platform, waiting for the push to come in from Power, and they are 10 seconds behind Power here.
They're chasing shadows for a moment, our Power, and we thought it was over, but like Wonderboy said, it's not over until it's over. They only need 4 more seconds. 3, 2, has the ball been played? It has!
Kimbo's in possession. Surely he grabs the ball. He dies.
The ball has been dropped. SLG gets a double kill, but Mose gets a kill of his own. We just need ball time. We need it now. Still, it's been played again, but now Legend in a 1v1 against Nitron. It's all going Pete Song for Power. The ball is now in hands of Legend. It's all over.
Are you kidding me?
What has just happened? What have we just seen? Power, against all odds, down by 50 or so seconds, have come up clutch. Incredible.
From 146 or something to 100, and they come back and win. I think it was even less than that. Cartel stay alive and force a game 5. Are you kidding me? That was inhuman.
My hands are on my head. I cannot believe Cartel found the recipe when it seemed as though they'd left it in the oven for too long. They've taken it out and it's been a masterpiece. That we said they needed perfect Halo, and that's exactly what they gave us, Wonderboy.
You can't even fault Power from their pushes. The pushes were so good, but Cartel's holds were just better. And we got to give credit to Seeker for playing the ball to commence that final scramble on top middle, that huge fight. If he doesn't play that ball there, Power have won the team fight at that location, pick up the ball, win the game. That never happens. So Seeker playing the ball, well done to you, my friend. You are the reason we are getting a game 5, and you're the reason we're going to see this Slayer, and potentially you're going to win more money. But you guys at home can win something too, Richie. You can win a nameplate that we're going to be giving away after this series, but you can enter it now. Just put in the code word Spilly in the chat. Spilly, Spilly. He's our producer for today. Shout out to Spilly, the man in the back. We're going the distance in the grand finals. Game 5.
Still cannot believe what I was seeing. It was jaw-dropping stuff. And even at the death, there was 2 members of Power waiting for that ball to spawn up. But a grenade landed at the feet, and SLG got himself a double kill when it mattered most. The backs were against the wall to really clutch up and stop them scoring any more points. But now, Slayer, Game 5. It's all going down right now.
The last two times these two teams have faced, it's been a game 5 from when I was casting. So I must be the charm in this series. That's all I'm gonna say. Rig Slayer, you got Sniper, you got Camouflage, you got Scattershot, and you got an early lead here for Power. But based on the game we've just seen, Richie, that means absolutely nothing. We should just sit back and watch what happens, and then maybe when the game is like, 45-45, that's when we should maybe start taking into consideration the plays. But Kimbo with Sniper, Jimbo with Camo, Mose with Scatter, it's all looking good for Power here early on.
These two teams seem to throw out the rule books and just do what they want when they want at any given time. And now Sika gets a kill onto Jimbo, and how important can that be on the Camouflage player, as Kimbo has the sniper rifle and now Jimbo has lost the Camouflage So Kimbo looking to find some faces and really answer back for that in anger for that camouflage burn from Jimbo.
All eyes on Kimbo here. I'm not sure if Cartel know there's a sniper still in play. They will do now after Kimbo misses what should have been, by his standards, a very easy headshot. And now Cartel, the hunt begins. Kimbo's doing such a good job, though, of moving around the map away from the Cartel push. And not only that, helping his teammates out as well. Now it's about trying to find a spawn and try and prevent them from pushing out. I'm surprised Kimbo hasn't decided to try and peek the players pushing out of bunker there, and as a result is going to eat a nade to the face and it's taken down. So sniper out of play, game's tied up 7-7, and the man on the sniper, guess who it is SLG, baby.
This is what happens. It looked as though Kimbo had all the right answers and his positional awareness was on point, but he stood still for a moment, for a fraction too long, and that was enough for Cartel to take control, make that push as SLG finds the face of Mose, and he now takes the lead in the series.
It's a hard shot to hit, it has to be said. Through the grenades, through the smoke, connects with the head. The important thing is now to move onto the inside of the map because camouflage is coming up. Snipe drone taken down. Jimbo will get the back smack, but the important thing for Cartel is that they are on the camouflage, but they don't know the timing on it. Legend is coming up from below to scoop that one up, but needs to stay alive here. So we're 1-1 in the camouflage fights here on Rig, but he gets tagged by a grenade. They're going to know exactly where he is, and Legend, he's in a spot of bother. The nades come through. Camouflage non-existent now for Cartel. 13-14.
Legend got himself out of the frying pan, but unfortunately found himself thrust into the fire as grenades flew all over the place and really cooked him up and took him down. At the moment, though, they're only now make that level on kills, and just like the series, they're level. There's nothing between these two teams. When they're both firing on all cylinders, they really can't be separated.
I can't. I can only imagine the nerves felt by the players in this lobby right now. 17-17. They're going toe to toe here in this game 5. This one game is for all the marbles here in this tournament. It's the difference between getting less money and getting more money. Jimbo here trying to pass onto this scatter shot and makes a meal of the kill onto Seeker. Takes the entire 8 bullets to kill him, but the important thing for Power is that he gets the job done, and this could get very, very interesting now as a lovely double and a good flank from Jimbo is going to give them a 3-point lead, but importantly is going to trap Cartel outside of the map, and all of Power are going to know this. They've done this hundreds of times before in scrims, in tournaments. They know exactly how to collapse on outside spawners, and Jimbo, well, he's pushing a little bit slowly because he knew Seeker would come, and that's a killing spree now for Jimbo.
And off your screen, Snipe Drone had the sniper rifle, but as soon as I say that, of course, SLG decides that he's going to take him down. SLG gets a double kill, and Power still up by 4. Jimbo still on an incredible run. Cannot be stopped. Will not be stopped. Triple kill for Jimbo. Someone give him the overshield. Overkill.
Well, camouflage coming up soon as well, so a really good time to get the triple for Jimbo. Takes the pressure off his teammates a little bit, allows them to set up and step up. And speaking of stepping up, Jimbo is, I believe, 1 kill away from a killing frenzy here, so we'll stick on Snipe Drone's point of view while he helps Jimbo grab the camo. Just a little bit hesitant here, Jimbo. Off screen, Snipe Drone has been taken down by SLG, but Seeker needs to take down Jimbo just before the killing frenzy, but importantly as well, just as he slams the camouflage into his chest.
SLG off your screens has the sniper rifle, has 1 bullet left in the chamber. Kimbo, I wonder what that hesitancy was from Jimbo to get that camouflage. Did he get a shout from somewhere else that they were going to grab it and then that player was subsequently taken down, or was he trying to use it as bait? But ultimately, whatever it was, whatever the plan was, it backfired. But fortunately for them, they're still ahead by 4 kills towards this latter stage. We're now just over the halfway point. Every kill matters, and it matters now, Wonderboy.
Yeah, I don't think Legend knew there was a player right next to him then. That was Mose, but Mose didn't know Seeker was there. And look at these slays come in from Cartel. 3 down for Power, and they've tied the game up at 32. And now it's Power trapped outside the map. They need to push one side or another. We'll see which way they go. It looks like Snipe Drone there is just crouching on top of the silo. A nice little spring jump outside the map there from Legend will allow him to get a bit of elevation on his side, but 6-minute mark means Camouflage and Sniper both up at the same time. And as we say that, Cartel with a perfect timing of kills go up by 2. And Power, they were in control. They were up by 6 at one point while Jimbo was going on that spree. But Shady has the Sniper. Legends doing jumps. Legends getting kills. And finally, Mose puts him to rest. But Shady has Snipe. Kimbo has the scatter off your screens as well. He could be a problem on the map. But Shady is the man of the moment right now.
Kimbo being exactly what Harry said he was. Like Ron Seal, he's doing exactly what was said on the tin. Got the scatter shot in his hand, gets 2 kills, and of course is being that problem Wonder Boy touted him to be. And Shady not really able to use his sniper rifle yet. He has inklings there is a player around, sees Jimbo, goes for the no scope, but isn't able to connect, and only ahead by 2 kills. But this game is on a knife's edge. Mose kills SLG, that's tied up the game, and it's now 38-37. And Shady gets the body shot as well. Snapshot takes that player down, gets the body shot on the Jimbo as well, and the clean up as he lines up that headshot as well, but unfortunately not able to connect with the face of Mose, but does just enough for SLG to clean it up, and they're ahead by 3, heading towards the end game.
End game approaching. And who are you going to be? You're going to be Thanos here, spoiler alert, or are you going to be Iron Man? Legend has Camouflage. 3 points to go.
He's chasing Jimbo. Jimbo desperately trying to evade. Somehow Jimbo gets away with his life, but Legend finds he falls into another set of players that are down to no shields. He still has plenty of life left in that camouflage as well. Finds Jimbo a little bit weak, but opts to back down instead. Like we said before, each kill matters so much right now. Snipe drone taking down to no shields. They only need 5 kills here, Wonder Boy.
The collapse is huge from Cartel. It has to be said. Such smart play. Don't let Power slow the game down. Don't let them gather the information they need to make an informed decision. Keep this scrappy. And yes, Legend goes down there with the camouflage, but he's already done his work with that power up. Mose has the scatter. That's a saving grace potentially here for Power. But guess what, Cartel? They're on match points. They need 1 more kill for the championship here in the Open Cup in the Pro Series. Shady's going to dive in, and Shady makes it certain. From 2-1 down and trailing in Game 4, they come back not once in Game 4, but twice again in Game 5. And they are the champions today. Congratulations to Cartel.
Congratulations to Cartel, and commiserations to Power, who were only 3 oddball seconds away from winning this series 3-1. They Cartel took control of that game. They got the time that they needed. They brought it to Game 5. They were down early doors, but again, they've clawed it back, and they've got the kills when it mattered most, and they put up their foot on the gas and have taken down another Halo 5 Pro Series tournament, and they will be heading towards the last and final week next week with their heads held high here.
Absolutely unreal performance from Shady in a Game 5. 16 kills, 14 assists. You combine those, 30 kills you're contributing towards for your team in a Game 5. That's absolutely inhuman. Across the board, I mean, looking at Jimbo, 11 kills, 10 deaths, yeah, it's a +1, but he was on a 9 spree. That man was 1 away from a frenzy, and then for the rest of the game was a non-factor. Oftentimes when you see players go on 8, 9, 10 sprees, you see them put up 20 kills.
Yeah.
Jimbo just had 11. I mean, outside of that 1 spree, he only got 2 kills. So I think he'll be disappointed, after that, really good run he had mid-game, to not have converted that into a huge Game 5 performance. But it has to be said, a huge performance in that series from Cartel. Such a fun roster to watch, and they never give up. And that's the best thing about them. And they are the deserving winners this week.
Yeah, fantastic job from them. And just touching upon Jimbo, when he had that run, and when the run was all said and done, I believe he was 10-4. So it all capitulated for him, having the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. He only got 1 kill from the time we switched off him until the end game. So still finishing positive and still doing enough work on the map to contribute. But he will be disappointed that the end game and the mid game went the way it did for him. And maybe he could have been the deciding factor had things gone and decisions fell a little bit better in his favor. But not to take anything away from Cartel, who are this week's champions, last week's champions, always the champions, it seems. And we do have a team now that looks as though they can contend and compete with Power. So that is fantastic to see, and we will be looking towards next week to see if Power can answer back and correct those errors, those few minor errors that they had. But we do have a giveaway, Wonder Boy.
We do. You have some maybe, I don't know if you have time to sneak in there in the chat and type in Spilly, but if you've typed in Spilly before Game 5, stick around. We're going to be drawing that fairly soon. Just watch out for a message from Nightbot. I believe Mr. Europa Halo is going to be rolling it. We'll have to see and keep an eye on the chat to see which way that goes. But there
we go.
It seems like, Mr. has won the giveaway. Congrats, bud. Enjoy your MCC nameplate. You've done well there. You've RNG'd your way to a fancy new nameplate. I don't even know if you play MCC, but if you do, now you got something to show off to your mates.
Anybody who is disappointed that they haven't won the nameplate, there'll be chances again next week, next Saturday, as we head in towards Halloween. And one thing that I know that's scary is this Cartel roster, Wonder Boy.
Yeah, so scary because you're looking at, I don't want to lament Jimbo for his performances outside of that run that he went on, but there was a stage where I think I saw 27-21 in favor of Power, and they had Cartel spawning outside the map. And I said they've done this hundreds of times before in scrims, in tournaments where they trap teams outside the map. Cartel are scary because they have the firepower and the teamwork to fight back into the map against a team like Power, who have done that so many times before. That's what's scary about them. And again, I cannot say enough how impressed I am from SLG, from Shady, from Seeker, and of course from Legend of Cartel. They are the final boss of Europe right now, and so far we haven't seen a hero come along and take them down apart from Power in that 1 week.
Yep, they are truly the clutch up kings, and when it mattered most, their backs against the wall. On that rig game, we'd seen from the Pro Series, from all the times we've been watching this Power roster when they've been on various different rosters, every time they've been in a position where they had those players where they needed them, it was only really a matter of time before they built upon that lead and built upon it until they were so far out of sight. But Cartel said no, and they had the answers when it mattered the most. But we will look towards next week, Harry. It's going to be good.
It is. It's going to be spooky. It's Halloween. We have the season finals, so we can, see a bit more in terms of, higher stakes, which should lead to some hopefully more nervy players, which could lead to some mistakes, could lead to some Game 5 heroes like we saw from Shady. But overall, I'm so happy to have been back this week because it was an absolute stonker. What a week. I think Spilly wants to go and get some food. So yeah, I'll leave it with you to sign us off. Yeah,
this week we've had Wonder Boy. Every time we've had Wonder Boy on, we've had Game 5 finals. So maybe I need to stop bringing Kalen in. I need to stop bringing Gaskin in, and maybe just keep Harry. Maybe I need to find Wonder Boy a house. Harry, do you want to live with me and we'll get Game 5s all the time? Maybe
that sounds good to me. I'll be over there in a minute.
Right, we'll sign off here. We'll catch you all next week. It's going to be a banger, just like this one was. Game 5s all over the place. Madness, clutch up plays. Cannot wait to see you guys next week. See you then.